So I welcome all of you for this very important current affairs session today. We start with the lens program, which means latest events and news analysis series. So we'll be starting from 15th of September, and this will be part 2, okay, and part 1 will be released very soon. In this current affairs events, we will be discussing weekly current affairs, the important topics, which will be in keeping in mind for the UPSC as well as KPSC exam. So, on 18th of September 2025, some of the important highlights which you can see: EVM, so that is electronic voting machine to carry color photos of the candidates. So, what is the major updates done by Election Commission of India with respect to the EVM missions? So that we will see, and from where this color photos will be, from which state it will be started on a pilot basis. We can see Bima Sugam is a very important initiative to make the single digital marketplace for the insurance sector. Then a Frontier 50 initiative, which comes under NITI Aayog. Okay, and apart from this, Penna River. So here it is also very important because floods has been taken place in parts of Nellore district, Andhra Pradesh. So we will see the Penna River and its origin and other tributaries. So European Union unveils a new strategic agenda to deepen its ties with India. So here it is very important for the international relations. So we can expect question for KPSC prelims as well as mains. And major emitters delay the updated NDC submitted at the upcoming COP30 Brazil. So we should also know the previous COP sessions. So that is 28, 29, 27, 28, 29. So apart from that, we should understand what is this NDC and how it is historical background. Okay. Billboard tribes, so one of the EVTGs, so was in news. So let's see what is why it was in news. Then hand, foot, and mouth disease spreading in many and parts of NCR. So this is also a major health concern. So important for the science and technology. So coming to the first part of the our session. Yeah. So EVM to carry color, EVM to have color photo of the candidates beginning from Bihar Assembly polls. So this is very important because as of now the EVM was not carrying any photos. Now EVM with addition to the symbol and the party symbol and the name of the candidates. Now additionally photo is also given. Okay. So this is very important initiative. So for the Election Commission, we will see the why it was in news. So the Election Commission of India has mandated a color photograph of the candidates on EVM, which will be started from the Bihar elections. Okay, this was a news, and we should see the background behind it. So how the questions will be asked in the KPSC as well as UPSC. Okay, coming to the question number 1. So under which provision of the conduct of election rules 1961 where the guidelines regarding the design of ballot papers and electronic voting machines revised. So it means the question is under which rules of the election conduct rules this ballot which is carrying the use photo will be revised. Okay, it is under section 49B. Please remember nowadays even the UPSC is shifting towards a factual question. Okay, so very important question. You can guess such type of question in near future. And another question is with respect to following statement about introduction and adoption of EVM machines in India. The first limited use of, see, this is limited, it means it was pilot based use, which was took place in the year 1982. Before this, India was using ballot paper, and which is not only expensive but also very time consuming. In order to overcome that, India for the first time EVM we have adopted from the Kerala Assembly election in 1982. That is correct. They were formally adopted nationwide in 2004 Lok Sabha election. Yes, after its successful feasibility, nationwide it was adopted in 2004. VVPAT was introduced in 2013 and implemented nationwide in 2015. 19. Okay. So again, this is a kind of reforms in the election. So option is 1, 2, 3. All are correct answer. So option is C. Okay. This is how you can expect the question. Do not expect a single line question for the UPSC as well as KPSC. Even the Group C exams nowadays following the tougher pattern, right? Then coming to very important question, which of the following correct about the capacity and manufacturing of EVMs? Okay, to your knowledge, EVMs are manufactured in only two of the PSUs. Okay, public sector undertaking that we will see. And what is most important is a single EVM can record up to 2000 votes. Okay, more than 2000 votes it cannot be carried. So this actually is very important. It can cater to a maximum 64 candidates by linking 4 ballot units. So that EVM machines, which you have seen in the first slide, where you can link 4 such ballot machines and you can have a maximum of 64 candidates. Okay, so that's also correct. The manufacturing of EVM is done by two public sectors. That is, one is Bell, which is located in Bangalore, and other is Electronic Corporation of India, which is ECIL. The headquarters is Hyderabad. Okay. So the answer is all of this 1, 2, 3. Okay. So very important. Likewise, even if you practice such type of question, it will definitely help you in the elimination zone. Yeah. Then, as I was discussing, Bima Sugam. So, okay, just remember the fact it is single digital marketplace for insurance. So, when it comes to some of the background of the question is related with this regulatory authority IRDAI. So, was established in which year as a statutory body? It is in 2000. So, under the Act of IRDA Act 1999. So, after the Act into came, the body has formed. Yes. So this is very important. You can see this is a river, Nandi Hills, Nandi Durg river system. So where the rivers are flowing in all the direction. Okay. This type of rivers flow ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ radial type of river flowing system ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Okay. Radial type. So in geography, in detail you will read this. Radial type example is Nandi Durg system. So what the news was, the Penna River flood rescue in Nellore. So overflow ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ಲಡ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು. So directly they won't ask the question Penna, and you should know what are the other rivers which takes birth in Nandi Hills. That is Palar, Penna, Chitravati, Arkavati, and Paparni. For most of the agriculture students, you know, there is IIHR located. IIHR, Indian Institute of Horticulture, located in Bangalore, Nisargata. Most of the varieties they named after this river. Okay, that's why Arkavati, Arka, Sujay, Arka, like many things comes because they have named after this river. So it means the river which flows in Bangalore is Arkavati. So this is very important. Please remember and make a note of it. Moving further, so this is very important for the international relations. So what was in news? EU unveils a new strategic agenda. So what is this new strategic agenda? So in order to deepen the relation with India, because India and EU has a kind of historical relationship because Britishers came in India and they carried trade and they ruled for India for more than 200 years. Okay, that's why the ties with India is very much important. So what is important here is EU unveils a new strategic agenda with India, but cites Russia as a concern. Okay, so as of for the prelims perspective, you should know the EU members. So as of now, there are 27 plus one member. So recently, Croatia. So Croatia was added into EU, and now currently 28 members are there. Okay, so this is very important. And the headquarters of EU is Brussels. Headquarters is Brussels, Belgium. So the capital, right? So when it comes to main perspective, they may ask how India and EU relationship has been shaping over a period of time due to geopolitical tension with respect to Russia or with respect to other, surrounding countries. But as of now, you should have a rough idea between what is this new strategic agenda, right? So then coming to another important aspect with respect to please pay attention. This major emitters. So major emitters, you know very well. So the countries which are already developed, okay, especially USA and other the developed countries, European Union also, they are major developed countries because the industrial revolution which was started was much years after the developing countries came into picture. So the point is, this major emitters delayed adopted NDC submission ahead of COP30 in Brazil. See, remember there was a very famous session in Paris. Okay, so Paris session, which was held in 2015. Our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi also visited this, and it was very historic event because the first time the countries came together and adopted that voluntarily we are going to submit our commitment. Okay. See this, what is this NDCs? Nationally determined contributions are voluntary in nature. It means no one is forcing that you reduce the carbon commitment or the carbon footprints in the atmosphere. It is the country's individual commitment voluntarily shown. Okay. So what this agenda is expected from 2015 onwards, every country voluntarily has to submit in a 5 years time. Okay, so this NDCs was after 2015, it was submitted in 2020, now 2025. Okay, it was supposed to submit the NDCs in the 2025, but majority of the countries are delaying because, of course, there's something which makes the country commitment with respect to carbon reduction is very challenging. Why? Because you need to compromise the development apart from the along with the environmental emission, which is something challenging for most of the developing countries, especially. So, in this perspective, we can see the question why this delay has happened and how the questions it comes in how you can mark it. Right? National, these NDCs are voluntary national climate action plans submitted under Paris Agreement. Yes, because it was started from 2015 and there onwards every 5 years. Governments, the countries who are parties to this are submitting. Okay, COP30, Brazil, which is expected to usually the COP meets will held in November or December. Okay, so November or December alle agutte. So that's why it was in news. So now it is September. So probably you have to see the videos, some of the videos or some of the news which is coming and how leaders across the world are discussing with respect to climate change. So there is a ನೋಡಿ so that you will understand how policy makers understand and takes the climate into policy making. Okay, so expected to focus on implementation of commitment rather than new headline lectures. Okay, so this was in news, and what is most important, we'll see some of the questions with respect to this. And most importantly, the COP 30, which is in Brazil, and we should know at least three COP 27, 28, 29. So this is COP 29 was in Baku, and COP 28 Dubai, UAE, and COP 27 it is in Egypt. So very famous Sharm el Sheikh declaration. Sharm el Sheikh declaration. It was also asked in PSI 545 exam also. So that declarations becomes very important, right? So coming to this question, UNFCCC is very important. United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC adopted in very historic event. It is option C, 1992, the Rio Summit. Okay, so this is very important. It was adopted in Rio Summit 1992, also called as Earth Summit. Right? So moving further, okay, this is also somewhat UPSC question we have taken. UNFCCC is legally binding. So see, legally binding. If it is legally binding, how many countries would have adopted? Probably no. Many countries would have disagreed. It is not legally binding. It is non-legally binding. Not legally binding. right? So you can eliminate. The principle of CPDR is enshrined in the UNFCCC. See, make attention, please. CPDR, what is this? Common but differentiated responsibility. See, the countries between the developed countries is aware, okay, and developing. Both the countries facing a problem is climate change. See, no one is unaffected from climate change. Everyone has to face the climate change issue. So, but we cannot, avoid the problem. We need to face together. So, what is point in common? We both face a common problem, but with a different responsibilities. Developed countries should take more responsibilities. Why? Because they have fastly developed and they are the first to begin the industrial revolution. Whereas developing countries still they need to meet the standard of living for the people. That's why they have little bit of flexibility in terms of rules or the restrictions on them is very minor compared to developed. So that was a very important principle which was adopted in VNFCC. Okay, so it is not legally binding. Only two is correct. Option is B. Yeah. Okay. See, this is very important. So, society perspective, note right? Birhor tribes, so one of the very primitive tribes in Jharkhand got electricity after 8 decades. 80 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ electricity ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಇವರಿಗೆ. So, a kind of case study you can use in ethics as well as GS society, even for the KPSC. How the vulnerable sections of the society, especially the tribal people are coming towards the mainstream of the society. Okay, Birhor tribe, example, best example, answer. So why it was in news? Around 550 residents of Fulveria helmet, which is located in Kodarma district. This Kodarma district is also very known for the minerals. Okay, just let me know which mineral is available in Kodarma district. And coming to PVTGs, okay, these PVTGs are we will discuss totally. There are 75 PVTGs, okay, and out of 75 PVTGs, Odisha is highest. Okay, Odisha is having the highest PVTG. Karnataka ಯಾವ PVTGs ಇದಾವೆ? ಒಂದು ಜೇನು ಕುರುಬ and ಕೊರಗ. So these are the two tribals in Karnataka we have. So you know what is the characteristics of the PVTGs? Very important. You can expect in UPSC questions in interview as well as mains. So some of the characteristics I need to describe here with respect to how they categorize PVTG. One is population. Very important. Population is an important factor. Where if this population is declining, okay, if population is declining or stagnant, then we can also tell them this particular community or the people are PVTG comes under PVTG. Geography, okay. So what is this geography? They are isolated, okay. Isolated means they are completely or partially at least they are not into the touch with the mainstream economy. Even their economy types of transaction which we are carrying will be barter system. Okay, geography is one of the important factor. Population is one of the important. Agriculture. So you know they are not into what is called as the modern technology. They are practicing a very primitive agriculture. Okay, very primitive agriculture. So and of course the economy which I was telling is not fully or not monetized. It will be kind of barter system. They will be practicing. See, these are some of the criteria. There are a lot of research has been done by so many scholars. And the most important committee was Chabahar Commission. Okay, Chabahar Commission actually it is this commission which was PTG, which was named as the primitive tribal group. Okay, Chabahar Commission is very important. Wherever you are using with respect to tribals, do mention this Chabahar Commission and which has given this PTG as well. Okay, this is about this class. And we'll see the question, one more question, very important question. So this, how many of the PVTGs are recognized in India? It is 75. Okay. So 75 PVTGs are recognized. Yeah. Then this was also in news, cases of hand, mouth, and this is foot and mouth disease, which was spreading in Delhi. Okay, so science and technology perspective, direct questions to and being Delhi the capital of India, you can expect hand, foot, and mouth disease is caused by which type of pathogen? It is virus. Okay, so virus disease in the Marutha disease. So just look into it. So 19th of September, very important news on the 19th of September. So yeah, so what is important here? US revokes India's waiver for Chabahar Port project. Okay, so we'll see where the Chabahar port is located, why it was in news, why USA has imposed restriction on India. Global Innovation Index from 2015, from 2025, after 10 years. So how this innovation index has been progressed. So, and the PM lays a foundation for PM MITRA Park in Madhya Pradesh. So, these are some of the important highlights on 19th of September. Let's move further. Okay. Yeah. So, this was in news. US revokes India's waiver for Chabahar Port. So, what is Chabahar Port? It is actually the port which is located in Iran. Okay. And the same port is located in Pakistan, which is called as Gwadar Port, so where China has control on it. In order to, and in order to destabilize the control of the Pakistan's influence or China's influence, India is having port. At the same time, this port also get into the internal part of the Afghanistan. So why? So this is a question for all of you. Why, even though India is, India doesn't have any benefit from Afghanistan, still we always support Afghanistan. We have built so many, projects. Most important project, Salman Dam, we have constructed Salman Dam. We have constructed Parliament. So we have constructed so many roads and so many rehabilitation projects. So why India needs Afghanistan? So do let me know. So in comments or do let me know in the future classes. Okay. So I don't want to go in detail. So this is very important. Coming to the further topics, so Global Innovation Index. So what is this Global Innovation Index? How countries are adopting innovation will be assessed through this innovation index. Then who will be given this innovation index? It is by WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization. You know one thing, in 2015, we have ranked at the 81st position. Now continuously over a period of time, it is improved, and now it is 38th rank. So that is the very important among 139 countries. So that is the beauty of innovation. See, we have so many innovation in terms of mobile technology, in terms of vehicles, in terms of many things. So that's how we show that in terms of digitalization, which all matters for this index. Okay. So of course some parameters are also important here, but as of now, just remember this, the rank and who gives this. And coming to very important topic is PM MITRA. PM MITRA. What is this PM MITRA? You can see the graph which is taken. I have taken from the PIB. So PM MITRAs are there. PM MITRA parks, including one in Karnataka, which is located in Kalaburgi district. What are the 7 states you should know? One is UP, MP, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. You must remember all these 7 parks where this is located. Okay. What is this greenfield and brownfield? So here I have taken from economics and I need to explain. Greenfield ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ from the scratch we are going to start it. That is called as greenfield. Brownfield ಅನ್ನೋದೇನಂದ್ರೆ kind of rejuvenating already existing structure ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಸರಿಪಡಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಬ್ರೌನ್ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಎರಡು ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಏನಿದು PM ಮಿತ್ರ ಅನ್ನೋದು? PM ಮಿತ್ರ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಮಂತ್ರಿ ಮೆಗಾ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ರೆನ್ಸಿ. The next market in India is the biggest market in India in the next years to come is the cloth industry. Okay, So because of the lot of demand, so cloth industry is going to boom. That's why the Indian government has made these mega parks in different states, having a lot of focus. Okay, so we'll see how this question may ask, how the question may come in the UPSC or KPSC prelims. Even mains perspective also, this question becomes very important. Yeah, we'll see the question with reference to. Yeah, with reference to Pradhan Mantri PM MITRA Park, consider following statement. Under the scheme, Karnataka has been allotted PM MITRA Park at Kalburgi. You should remember the district, but also the states. Kalburgi in Karnataka is one of the PM MITRA Park. The scheme aims to strengthen India's textile sector by providing world-class infrastructure across the textile value chain. Of course, it is talking about textiles. Obviously, it will definitely provide a world-class infrastructure. The scheme is implemented by Ministry of Commerce and Industries. See, industry one industry and commerce but it is related with textile. That's why it is textile ministry. So third is wrong. So you can eliminate. So 1 and 2 is the answer. So ಈ ತರ questions ನೀವು expect ಮಾಡಬಹುದು UPSC prelims ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ KPSC prelims ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು even upcoming AO exam ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. So that's how we need to read in detail, but not doing PhD in all the subject. Okay, you should know what is minimum content required to qualify, not to master that subject. Yeah, this is some of the information. PM MITRA was launched in 2021 to establish 7 mega projects. So recently, that foundation stone was laid by a Prime Minister in Madhya Pradesh. One of them is in Kalburgi district, Karnataka. So this is something, and its scheme is fully under Ministry of Textile. Right? So this is also very important. Coming to very important topic, Banu Mustaq Dasara opening. I don't want to go in detail with the controversial topic, but we'll come when the Dasara session completes. Our view about this event. Okay, so for examination point of view, we will be seeing. So Supreme Court to cites preamble to reject the plea against Banu Mustaq opening in Dasara, Mysuru. How the question will be asked for the KPSC and the UPSC is the most important as of now. Okay, so here the question is we have framed the question with respect to which of the following statement correct regarding Banu Mustaq? Heartland is the first Kannada language book to win international Booker Prize. See, most of the students will confuse the international Booker Prize and Booker Prize. Only Booker Prize. Only Booker Prize. See, Booker Prize is given to an author who has written it is in original form. Okay. Any novel which is in original form is given as a Booker Prize. The first Indian to get this Booker Prize is Arundhati Roy. Okay, so Arundhati Roy was the first person to get the Booker Prize, and the book was God of Stalking. So this is very important, and the first Indian to get the international Booker Prize is Geetanjali Shri. For the Tomb of Sand. So in Hindi it is called as Ret Samadhi. Ret means sand, Samadhi means tomb. So Geetanjali was the first Indian to get the international Booker Prize. But the first Booker Prize is was given to Arundhati Roy for the God of Small Things. So Banu Mustaq is the second Indian and the first Kannadiga. Okay. So Banu Mustaq was the first from the Karnataka she got. So usually that book comprised 12 short stories, mostly focusing on the lives of Muslim women in southern India. Okay. And Banu Mustaq work was translated into English by Deepa Basti. So this is also very important. Both of them have received the award. Okay, the International Booker Prize 25 was awarded to Mustaq and Basti at the ceremony held in New York. No, it is in UK, not in New York. Okay, so London. This is very important. Yeah. Coming to another important book question. Yeah, this is already there. I was also explained this. Who was the who was the first author to win the International Booker Prize? Okay, International Booker Prize, not Booker Prize. It is International Booker Prize. It is Geetanjali Sri. Arundhati Roy is the only Booker Prize, first Indian Booker Prize. International Bandaka, it is Geetanjali Sri for the book of Tomb of Sand. Rayata Samadhi anta ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, which was given in 2022. Okay. So as we were discussing the topic with respect to Dasara, so little bit of we will dig into the history. See, the descendant of Wadayas are originally from the Vijayanagara. Okay, after disintegration. After the disintegration of Vijayanagara, so the Nayakas which were subordinate to the Vijayanagara started themselves to rule and declared independent. So example Chitradurga Nayaka ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಮತ್ತೆ kind of coastal Kodagu region, Ullal, then even Mysuru. So among these the Wadayas were the strongest to continue the legacy. From 1699 onwards, the Dasara festival started by Raja Wadayar. Okay, so Raja Wadayar, from Raja Wadayar, this festival, the gathering was started, and so this has been continuing. And last year festival was inaugurated in October 23rd, 2024. Okay, the inauguration took place at Chamundi Hills, which is located in Mysuru, and the temple is Chamundeshwari temple. Okay, the ceremony was held by Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. No, it was not led by. So usually political leader led by some ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದ ರೆನೌನ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೈಟರ್ ಹಂಪ ನಾಗರಾಜ ಅಥವಾ ಹಂಪಣ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. He actually inaugurated the program, the Dasara festival. So except three, we can mark 1, 2, and 4. Okay, we will come very brief in detail with the session in the coming classes to make a note of it. Yeah, this is about the current affairs. We'll be continuing the current affairs based on the response from the students. Do let me know how you feel this program. Do let me know the need for improving, if anything, to be updated. We will definitely come with more colorful and more interesting facts. But the mantra remains that you need to put consistency. Make your efforts to write down all the points, whatever we have discussed, and do not mix and do not make your preparation tough. Simplify your preparation, and will definitely help you in simplifying the preparation and cracking your exam. So all the best. Do well. Bye bye.